I tell you, when in the category, I've had several weeks now, even without you, which you'd be proud. The COVID derangement syndrome is what I'm calling it, and I'm not letting go of that topic because it only continues to get worse and crazy uh, every single week. There's no shortage of this kind of nonsense, and I'm sure by now everybody has seen a little bit of this story, but I wanted to kind of run through a little bit this Australia situation with this tennis player, uh, Novak Djokovic. And I want to give kudos to Rebel News. I don't know if any of you guys know Rebel News or not. Um, Avi Yemeni is on YouTube and social media. He has these on the ground videos and like old school on the ground, like literally like surrounded by police. No, I'm a journalist. You need to let me pass kind of stuff. So when it comes to me talking about Australia, he has proven to sort of be my guy that I can kind of go to really see some of the tough stuff that's going on. He's been covering this stuff intricately. So the long and short of this is Djokovic is possibly the greatest tennis player of all time. I think he's only a win or two away from exceeding other players that you and I's names we recognize, because I don't know much about modern tennis. But he had COVID in December. Because he had COVID in December, he can't take another vaccine. He can't take another booster. He's basically considered, as immune as he can be for X number of days. But Australia has, you're not vaccinated unless you're up to date on your shots, basically. It's like taking your dog to the vet. If you're not up to date on your shots, you're not up to date, right? They don't count it. Now, the battle become over that, and there was angry over, quote, Australians were upset because he got an exemption. He was allowed to come there and play. And then, no, they didn't count that as being fully vaccinated. And then a judge reversed it. And then they went ahead and hit him with another ban. And it was all this back and forth because he was basically trying to defend his title in the 2022 Australian Open. And the long and short of this is this goes to court. And what's interesting is obviously these videos, and they were, I don't know if you've seen this part, Alex, this is the part that got me, was they were in court not defending his vax status, him being high risk. They weren't defending anything like that. They were saying that he was at risk of creating dissent. Dissent. That was the term that was used in court. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. So you're using possibly one of the most healthiest of humans, a professional athlete who's obviously immune from whatever strain, which would have been the Omicron strain in December, from playing because you don't want the other citizens to just start rebel against your crazy authoritarian penal colony COVID policies? And the answer would be a resounding, that's exactly what they argued in court.
Yeah. No. Here's the thing: if you look at it from their perspective, from the perspective of the lockdown madness that's going on in Australia, bringing that guy in hurts their cause to keep everybody else in line. And so, if they can win this battle, then it says something to the rest of the citizenry that we'll you can't get away with it either because we're not letting this guy get away with it. Which, again, he already has, it should.
Uh-oh. I don't know what went awry there. I lost you for a second. Can you hear me okay? Uh-oh. He's sideways and I can't hear him. All right, we'll see if I can get him back here in a moment. He'll figure that out for me, Alex. Just let me know when you're ready to come back. We'll talk about Novak some more. I cannot hear you currently, so figure that out for me. We'll come right back. So yeah, this is, it got ugly in court. They claim that he basically is now facing, I believe, a 3-year ban, but that's sort of like gray as well. And let's see if I can hear Alex talk. No, man, I've lost all the audio from you, bro. Let me see if I bring you in, if it works.
You think you can hear me now?
I do hear you now.
Good.
Okay. I don't totally understand the 3-year ban, so I thought we'd explore that quickly because that's what they're saying now with this man is they got him on a ban to even go back. So this is again, the quotes are out there. He cannot visit Australia for 3 years. We are the only country that thinks it's okay to lock out the #1 tennis player on the brink of being the best in the world, not because of his health risk, because he might make the 90+% of the citizens already vaxxed not get a booster. That's literally the quote that's come out. So they banned the man for 3 years, and because he can't get the booster because he's obviously just had COVID. So therefore, if we somehow allow him to proceed, it's treating him with like preferential treatment. And we're afraid that's going to create outrage and people won't get boosters. That's the way it is. So the government's that authoritarian with how they want to approach this. So there we are, Australia back at the top of the COVID derangement syndrome. Welcome back, Australia.
Yeah. They want to make people suffer. If you listen to what France's President Macron said, look, he wants to piss the unvaccinated off. He doesn't. And remember, this is not, look, Djokovic, I can't ever say his name, but the tennis guy
Djokovic
he has antibodies. He got coronavirus. He is better than if he got the vaccine. There's no getting around it. That is the science, is that he's better, more protected. And it doesn't matter if you don't get the vaccine and get all the boosters, then we're going to try to bar you from, polite society, as Don Lemon would say.
Yeah, like 3 weeks. He had COVID like 3 weeks ago. It's not like he had COVID 6 months ago and his immunity might be waning or his antibodies are ineffective or not. No, he just had it. He has proof he had it. They're not even denying that. Again, this is about making their people suffer. Like you said, it's about taking people off. It's about abusing people, the othering of people. We talked about the way they would treat the unvax. It was just shocking language now for months. And even though all of this appears to be sort of in a tailspin, we still see it. So,
because those people are still in power.
Oh yeah. They're not stopping anytime soon. There's no hope in some of those places. I don't even know what they're going to do to reverse course because the replacement crazies sound just as crazy.
Mm-hmm. Hey, we're News Talk with Brandon and Bob. We're here to tell you about some of the facts so you don't have to waste your time watching CNN.
We don't want you wasting any time with CNN.
Or Fox or MSNBC or some of these other guys that are making a whole lot of money.
Et cetera, et cetera.
It's not paying.